Hey guys, this is Koder here, and today I want to show you something really exciting. Custom slabs of any kind and any size in vanilla Minecraft 1.9. I mean, look at this. It's amazing. There are so many different ways you could use this. Oh, that's great. We've got ramps, we've got carpeted stairs, blocks within blocks, and my favorite of all, sliding doors. Now, while these might seem to look and act like real blocks, these slabs are actually not blocks at all. They're made up using entities, and the only blocks it takes to make these are command blocks. But what are these custom slabs? Really? Well, they're made up of two components, the appearance and the collision, or the hitbox. Each of these components uses their own entity, writing an invisible, no-gravity marker ArmorStand that determines the position of the custom slab. Now, how do these slabs look when they're not inside a block? Well, like this. They're actually the size of a full block, so to get them to become a slab, you have to summon them partway into a block to hide the rest, or the bit that you don't want to see. Let's have a look at the appearance component first. Well, the appearance component is achieved using falling sand. Now, when sand falls, it turns into an entity, and you can see that if you look very closely. As this piece of sand falls, its outline disappears. Let me show that a few more times. So hopefully you've seen it by now. And when the outline disappears, it means it's turned into an entity. And entities can be summoned in. They can have their data changed on the fly without needing to know where they are. And most importantly, they can be positioned in between blocks and anywhere you like. The great thing about the falling sand entity is that it doesn't just do sand. When you summon the entity, you can set its data in the summon command to make it look like any block at all. Let me demonstrate. If I summon a falling sand entity inside the block that I'm looking at, set its time to 1, set its block to, let's make it a diamond block. There you go. And it even turns into an actual diamond block when it lands. So, how do you create the appearance component for these custom slabs? Well, you're going to want to get yourself a command block and enter in this command. Now, don't worry, if you don't have to memorize this. I will paste this command in the description to the video. Summon ArmorStand at whatever coordinates you wish. I'm just going to summon it above this block for now. We want to make it invisible. We want to make it have no gravity. And we want to make it a marker ArmorStand, which just means it doesn't have a hitbox, so you don't have to worry about right-clicking on it or hitting it. It's like you can't interact with it at all. Now, that's all we need for the ArmorStand. But we need to make falling sand riding this ArmorStand. So we're going to add the passengers tag. Have a new entity in here. The square brackets means it's a list of tags. List of tags of the same type. So these tags in here are entities. So we'll set our ID to, in fact we don't even need those quotation marks. Set the ID to falling sand. Set the time to 2, or you could set it to 1, probably I'm just going to set it to 2 for now. And make the block, block, Minecraft, and then the name of whatever block it is that you want to summon. So, to find out, I'm just going to pause here to find out what the ID or the name, the code name of a specific block is. You place it down, you press F3, and you look at the value on the right that says Minecraft grass. So say if you want to know what it is for sponge, Minecraft sponge, and I'm not sure, does it detect data values? It does not detect data values, but the items, if you hold in F3 and press H, it'll show all this extra data for the items. So the data value for this is 1. So let's try and make it look like orange wool. Wool. And then we set the data. Now it's important to remember capitals and all this when you're summoning. And we'll make it 1S. The S is also important on the end. And that's all we need for now. This command should summon in our appearance component for the slab. And it has, look at that, your own orange wool that you can place anywhere you like. But at the moment, you can move right through it. That's where our second component comes into play. Now before we actually move on to the collision component, let's see what our appearance component can do on its own. For instance, it can create carpeted stairs, because we don't need a collision for these. We can just walk on the stairs underneath the carpet. And it matches perfectly with the placed carpet. I think this looks really nice. On top of that, we have, if you create an area of any transparent block that you can see part of something underneath, then you can summon in these custom slabs slightly underneath the transparent block. I'm summoning in quartz blocks here, and I think this is a really nice look, and you can create all your own combinations of blocks and FallingSand entities to create just the look you want. This even allows dyeing blocks to some extent, sort of. But there's only so much you can do with just the appearance component, so let's move on to the collision. How does the collision for these custom slabs actually work? Well, in a 1.9 snapshot, Mojang added in shulkers. Shulkers are a mob and an entity that, if you're clever with commands, can be placed in between blocks and anywhere you like. But the very, very special and crucial thing about this entity is, bear with me here, you can stand on them, which means you can also step up them. Now, I think you can see now why I said this is crucial for the custom slabs. The shulkers are the hitbox, or the collision, that these custom slabs work with. So, let's add a shulker to our custom slab here. So, inside these square brackets are the passengers list, basically. And all the passengers inside this list are going to be riding the ArmorStand at the same level. This will make sure that our shulker and our FallingSand are positioned at exactly the same spot. So, if we add in a shulker, we turn off his AI, make him silent, and I'm not sure if there's anything else that I need to do. I will just quickly check with my other commands. We have to make him invulnerable. So that way, if he's partly inside a block at all, he won't suffocate. So, let's try this. Now we can stand on our custom slab. And this is a bit of a problem this here. If there is a block exactly adjacent or partly submerged inside one of the faces for the falling sand, then that face will pretty much go black. So there are a few things you could do to solve this. You could summon more custom slabs at block height there. Oh yeah, that's something we'll sort out later, don't worry about that. You can summon more custom slabs at this block height, or you could use non-opaque blocks like upside down slabs that also won't make the side of this go black. Our slab is kind of working, but there are a few things we need to sort out. For instance, how do we stop the appearance part of this, or in other words, the falling sand, from popping off and turning into an item? And how do we keep track of this slab so that we can, say, kill it when we want to? Well, this is all achieved using Scoreboard Tags. Now, it's important to note that these are not the same as entity tags, although you can summon in an entity with Scoreboard Tags by using entity tags. It's a little bit confusing, but I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. Basically, what we do is, for our ArmorStand data here, before the passengers tag, we'll just add another tags tag. And like the passengers tag, this is a list, which means we use the square brackets. And inside the list are strings or lines of text. And this tag we're going to call customSlab. We're going to add this tag to all the components of the custom slab, so that way we can kill them all or keep track of them all at the same time. That's the only tag we need for our ArmorStand. In fact, let me just copy this, and we'll add it into our falling sand as well. But we're going to need to add another tag to our falling sand to keep it alive. So let's call it permanent. Alright, that should be good. And for our shulker, we will just add in the customSlab tag. Now, when we summon this in, the falling sand is not ever going to turn into an item because of this simple repeating command block here. Now, you should note that this is the only repeating command block you need for this system to work. The only repeating command you need for this system to work. Entity data at E, type equals falling sand, tag equals permanent, time set to 1. So basically, it sets the time for the falling sand such that it will never reach the value of time that makes it destroy itself. Basically, it keeps it alive. And it all works because of the permanent tag. It detects a falling sand entity with the permanent scoreboard tag, and then it keeps it alive. Now, why don't I just use the customSlab tag? Well, maybe we wanted to use permanent falling sand entities for something that wasn't slabs. Maybe, for instance, a door. Well, that's when we use the permanent tag. Right, now we can summon our custom slabs. We can summon them in, and we can summon them in anywhere we like. And they'll work completely fine. Without any problems at all. We just have to make sure to remember about the face black thing. Anyway. But this whole system is a little bit technical. So, for those of you who aren't so command savvy, I have made a little system. Sorry, I haven't made one yet. But I am planning to make a simpler, easy to use version of this with spawn eggs to summon in slabs. And I'll make an MC edit schematic or a one click of it for you guys to use, and I'll post a link in the description to this video when I've finished with that. Now, this has been a pretty long video, and we're getting really close to the end. But before I leave you, I just want to show you and explain a bit more about this here sliding door and how it works. So, these three commands, this one destroys any existing door if there's one there already, and these two spawn in the custom slabs required to create the door. This repeating command block is constantly testing for a player within this stone slab square or region here. If it finds one, it runs this command that that subtracts 20 from these guys' door score. This one, if player is not detected, adds 20 to their door score. If their door score is below 0, they're teleported up a little bit and their door score is added. 1 is added to their door score. If it's greater than 0, then 1 is subtracted from their door score and they're teleported down. Or maybe it's the other way around. Never mind. Anyway, so that is how the door works. Actually, there's one more use for these custom slabs. Vertical slabs. So we'll have a slab that sticks part way out from this grass block here. To do that, we're just going to change this to 1.5 so it summons at the height of a block, and we're going to set this to negative 0.5 so it summons half a block over in that direction. Just look at that. Might have to put some blocks there and there to hide the little graphical thing. But now we have vertical slabs. Pretty awesome. Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed this fairly long and fairly technical video. I will be leaving a download link to this world in the description. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.